Hiya guys, I'm going to be making a little video just now about internet dating. I've decided to quit internet dating. I am 30 in just under 2 weeks, and I was thinking of things to do before you're 30, and I thought, quit internet dating. Absolutely. I think it is absolutely rubbish, basically, and I'm going to kind of share my experiences with you to try and make people understand exactly what internet dating's like. So as I said, I'm nearly 30 and I've been on internet dating on and off since 2005 when I was 24. Now, don't feel sorry for me. I did have a relationship within that time. It was a 3-year relationship with somebody actually that I met off of Match.com who turned out to be a total psycho. So there you go, there's another reason. So I'm going to go through some of the things and hopefully just kind of educate you a little bit about what internet dating is really like. So what first happens is you log on to internet dating and you look through people's profiles and you just start becoming completely and utterly ridiculously judgmental. I'm not really that judgmental person, but to be totally honest, when I'm internet dating, I completely am. So you look at somebody's picture, like say for instance, like you look at a picture of this mug, right? And straight away you just be like, plain, boring, dirty, doesn't look after himself, not interested, and you just go, nah, and you just go off it, like that, gone. You've probably been looking at that picture for about a second, and that's it. But what you probably didn't think is, like, you know, that mug could have been, or the guy that mug represents could have been like a really nice guy. He's maybe just not that vain. He didn't spend like an hour trying to like get a really hot picture of himself to put on internet dating. You're just like, oh, I just need to put a picture on this. Alright, I'll put this picture up. That's me. Might have been a really nice guy. But you'll never know. You're never going to meet him. He could have been a great laugh. He could have been your soulmate. You could have married him. He'd have made your life complete. But how are you going to know? Because you didn't bother going to meet him. Well, you know, I didn't. So then you start to kind of care about people's jobs. Again, I don't care what any of my friends do or anyone I meet in real life does for their job. Good, so they're happy. But then when you're on internet dating, unfortunately you do. So you look at someone who's maybe a bit better looking in that mug and you're like, alright, let's see what he does. And you look down and it's like job, accountant, and I just think, boring, like he's an accountant, click off, see you later, gone. Again, that's maybe, I maybe looked at his profile for about 2 seconds, you know, not thinking, maybe that guy's just gifted with numbers, maybe that guy, you know, is a great guy, he's lovely, absolutely lovely. Me and him would have just hit it off like that. Yeah, he is an accountant and he makes a great living from it. I get in his holidays, he's got all this money, does great things with it, but you know, he likes numbers, big deal, but I'll never find out. I didn't give him a chance. So then what you do is you look at the people that you think look alright and you go out with them. So this guy here, like mug guy, you know, ignore his wink, ignore his email, no, I'm not interested, see you later. The accountant guy, he sent you a really nice email, but you're not interested. He's asked you out on a date, no, too busy, can't go. So then you get like a kind of, you know, like a hot guy. What can represent a hot guy? Must be lovely little cup here. So he emails you and he doesn't even say anything that interesting. Nowhere near as interesting as the mug or the calculator, but you let him off because he's hot. So yeah, you just sort of, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go out. And like you think his chat's quite bad, but you know, you just gloss over that, doesn't matter because he's lovely. And you go out on a date with him and you'll probably find out that he's what I call an attractive weirdo, which is all the people that I've gone out with from internet dating, that, you know, I've been a bit judgmental and I've gone out with them and then I realise that they're a bit strange. So some of the strange things that some of my dates have done, well, there's the first one, which was a guy I met. We met in a bar. He was good looking, he seemed actually really nice. He sat down and the first thing he said to me was, I've just bought some highlighter pens. So, alright, okay. And then he proceeded to put them on the table between us in the pub. I've got a yellow one, put the yellow one down, and then he showed me the rest. There was a blue one, a green one, and a pink one as well. And there was a kind of, well, there was an awkward silence after that. and I didn't go out with him again. So that was a waste of time. I'd been emailing him for a while actually, probably for a couple of months. It was a complete waste of my life. So after that I decided don't be messaging people back and forth, because you can meet up with them and they're a total, weirdo. So if you think you like somebody, I would say date them that week, because then you're not going to waste any time. I also went out with a farmer who came out with me dressed up as a farmer with a hat and a check shirt and an aviator jacket, and I don't even want to think about that. That was just the whole thing was cringing actually with the farmer. So I don't want to talk about that. So these are some of the kind of weirdos that you can go out with. Thing is, right, this is what I want to say. If you meet someone on internet dating and you go out with them and you don't think they're a weirdo the first date, you get really excited and you kind of think, oh my goodness, like this could be it, like this could be somebody that I could really go on with. In my experience, that's happened to me 2 or 3 times, and 2 or 3 out of those 2 or 3 times you will realise eventually that that's when they're a proper psychopath. So they're not just a little bit weird, they're totally messed up. So don't get your hopes up too quickly. So I'm just going to take you through just a few other little things that you need to know about internet dating. Everybody will say, well 95% of people will say, I like to sit in and I like to watch a DVD and with a good bottle of wine. Okay, this is what 95% of people on internet dating say. Have a look through, you'll see it yourself. I like to sit in and watch a DVD with a bottle of wine, or I like to sit in on the sofa with a DVD and a good bottle of wine. There's a lot of different variations, but that's what they'll say. Fair enough. People do like to do that. And what it will say is I like to sit in with a DVD and a bottle of wine, or go out, as if that's the 2 extremes of life. Sitting in watching a DVD with a bottle of wine, or going out. That's fair enough. People do like to do that. I understand that. But is that your chat? Is that all you've got to say for yourself? That's how you're going to sell yourself to somebody. I like to sit in and watch a DVD with a good bottle of wine, or I like to go out in the town and just go pure crazy. I mean, if that's your patter, then, that's ridiculous. So if anyone writes that about themselves, I wouldn't go on a date with them. So that's the 95% of the people ruled out. People, then you get the other ones that say like weird things. So here's my weirdest one that I ever got as a first message on internet dating. I want to lick you. And that's all it said. So they'd have been a wee bit more creative, a little bit more wild than other people, but you're not going to get on a date with them. People also like to think what their friends would describe them as. My friends would describe me as this, my friends would describe me as that. I think that's because it tells you, like, there's a little guide. If you do not know how to write a dating profile, here are some handy hints. Why don't you write what your friends describe you as? And most people are obviously so dull that they have to listen to that. So here's the kind of thing that you'll see. My friends would describe me as crazy, lol. Right, so you're not going to go out with him either, so that's another person ruled out. You also get people that use very bizarre language. So if somebody thinks something's funny, I've already said lol. I would never write back to anyone who said LOL. That gives me a shiver. Worse than that, tee-hee. I've had quite a few messages from people who say tee-hee, which, how could you go out with somebody who says that? Even worse than tee-hee, me thinks. Now that just gives me a shudder. Me thinks, no, absolutely not, see you later. So he's away. Really, that's the kind of thing you're going to see, and you're probably bored already just from me showing you some examples. So I mean, really, that's all I've got to say about internet dating. I really hope that I've made you understand how ridiculous it is. You're going to get rubbish, ridiculous messages. You're going to speak to people who are not the right kind of people to speak to. You're going to ignore people that maybe were the right people for you to speak to. You'll date weirdos. You'll have relationships with psychos. And if you're really lucky, you'll get to sit in and drink a bottle of wine with DVD or go out. Wow. So that's it, I'm going to leave it there. I would say though, give the mug a chance. If you do go on internet dating, don't try and just judge people by their photo, you know. I mean, the more I look at this mug, the more I kind of am a bit upset that I never went out with him. I mean, I think that he's a really nice guy. He's probably got a great sense of humour. He's just like really down to earth, and he's not a weirdo. You know, that he is definitely not a weirdo. He's just like kind of to the point, and that would be great. But you know, I've messed up. I've messed up with the mug now. So see you later. So I'm quitting internet dating, and in making this video, if I've saved just one person £70, and they're not going to go into Match.com, they're just going to open their eyes to people around them, go out and just like, and I don't mean like, oh, go to a nightclub and get drunk and try and meet somebody, because that's ridiculous. That's not going to work. We all know that. You know, maybe you just might see somebody in the shop or at the petrol station or at the gym or at a comedy club or wherever you go, and you can just start chatting and actually meet real people. That's what I'm going to do. It might work, it might not. But yeah, so see you later, internet dating. It's been interesting in its own way, not in a really interesting way. But yeah, the conclusion of that is internet dating is rubbish, guys. Don't go on it. Get a grip.